everyone, welcome to our channel. So this video is about our Japan trip. So you will find your perfect Japan travel itinerary here. We went to Japan last year for around 8 days.
So if you want to know that how to travel Japan in 8 days with an infant, then this is the best video for you. So we started our trip with a Japanese airline named Anna. So we booked a round trip which costed across 80,000 for both of us, including the infant. So there is a blue sale that is going on in Anna. It is going on now as well. So in that sale, basically you will get a round trip in 38,000 plus one domestic leg. So it's a very good deal. So what we did, we booked Delhi to Tokyo round trip. Also we booked Tokyo to Osaka one.
You need a visa for Japan, and it's only like you have to submit the documents and you get the visa stamped. List of documents can be found on the website. I'll also add the link on this video. So you take those documents, you go to the embassy, submit those, and within 1 week you get the visa. So it's quite fast.
There is a pro tip. So if you want your Japan visa validity to be higher, so we got a 2 weeks visa validity, but later on we came to know that if you have a US or Canada or any other developed country visa, you can attach a photocopy into your application and it would enhance your Japan visa validity till maybe 1 year, 5 years.
You can get much longer visa.
Yeah.
We took our flight from Delhi airport. It was in the evening time and it was an 8-hour flight without any layovers.
So as soon as we landed in Tokyo, the first thing that we did was search for an internet or SIM device. So what we found was a Wi-Fi router. So it's a multi-purpose device which was also used as a power bank. So it costed us around 6,000 to 7,000 INR for 9 days. So it was really helpful. So wherever we went, we used that to navigate, to find good restaurant.
Even for translations. I mean, that's very important in Japan.
Yes.
And the good thing is you can return the device at the same place. So the terminal we picked it, you can select which terminal you will return it to. But we were going back from the same terminal, so we just returned it on the same shop. So that was very convenient. After that, so Uber are a bit expensive in Japan. So obviously first we took Uber from airport to our hotel. Later we got to know that it's much expensive and the public transport is a bit cheaper. So after that we mostly travel only in the public transport, mostly in the metros.
Also they prefer cash there. So what we did, we went to a nearby 7-Eleven. So there are nearby a lot of convenience stores where you can just use your Indian debit card to get money out. What we did, we took out only 10,000 yens for our train purchases, but majorly in all other shops wherever we went to like eat out or do anything, we used our credit cards. Okay?
We stayed in Asakusa. We stayed in Appa hotel chain. One thing you have to get prepared for in Tokyo is hotel rooms are very small. We had our baby with us, so obviously we took some rest. And then in Asakusa, things are like the tourist places are very conveniently
located.
So first we went to Sensoji Temple, which was walkable from our hotel. It was very nice. There is a big market and there are so many food shops. But obviously we are vegetarians, so there was nothing for us. But we just enjoyed the vibe of the whole market. I purchased some souvenirs from there. Then in the Sensoji temple, that also was very beautiful. The architecture was proper Japanese architecture, so you get a feel of the cultural heritage. Yeah, because Tokyo is like very it's all urban skyscrapers, urban, proper city vibes. Right. So that Sensoji temple was very different. We liked it a lot. After that, we went to Tokyo Skytree. That again was at a walkable distance. So there are multiple decks you can take tickets off. We got it for the highest deck. Okay.
You're not missing anything if you don't go to the highest level because it is very narrow and you don't see a lot of things.
Yeah, and the tickets again we bought online. That was our day one. While coming back, we found an Indian restaurant. We had a nice dinner there, and we came back to our hotel around 12 or something, like midnight. So, we felt quite safe and it was very clean, so that was nice. So on our day 2, we first went to Akihabara market. So Akihabara, you get it's a proper electronics market, very famous for its refurbished items, and you can actually get good quality electronic products. So you get almost 10% off. So it's all tax free if you are paying more than 5,000 yen.
Pro tip: always carry a passport with you so that you can claim 10% tax rebate.
So Akihabara was all electronics market.
As well as anime market. If you are a fan of anime, that is the place to go.
After Akihabara, we again came back home. We had a lunch and we took some rest. After that, we booked our tickets for Ninja Samurai Museum, which was again walkable from our hotel. And for those tickets also, you can book online. And that also was a great experience. So one unique thing was the guide was actually talking in English, so there was no language issues. And it was a very good history lesson of a whole ninja and samurais, which is very famous. And after that, they also let you wear the costumes of ninjas or samurais, including caps and armor and the swords and all, and you can take good pictures. So that was fun. After that, we took our first metro ride and we went to Shibuya crossing. So it's literally a crossing, but it's very famous because almost around thousands of people cross it at the same time. So that's why it has become very famous. And there were a lot of entertainment options there, and you can see animations on the buildings, and it was fun to just to walk around. Then we had dinner also around that place only in an Indian restaurant. So luckily, we traveled in so many cities in Japan, but we found Indian restaurants everywhere. And being a vegetarian, that was the only place I could trust to have vegetarian food. So that was never an issue for us in any city we went.
Next day, we had an early morning flight to Osaka. We reached at around 10 a.m. Also, mid-flight, we saw Mount Fuji from the top. It was a great experience. It was over the clouds and it was really looking good. And then we reached our hotel. We took some rest. In the evening, we went to Dotonbori. It's a great place. I would highly recommend going to that place. So it has a river walk. It has nightlife. It has huge billboards. So I mean, if you are into nightlife as well as any cosplay cafe, you can go there. It is really good.
Yeah, I mean that was the area was very nice, very happening, and again there were a lot of good food options. I think people go there for having nice seafood. So next day in Osaka, we went to Osaka Aquarium. We went by metro. So public transport is really great in Japan. Like you can get metros from walking distance from any area you are in.
If you go down in the subway, you'll see like there is whole new market. Like you won't feel it as a train station.
It's almost like a mall inside the stations.
Yeah, I mean, you were surprised to see some of the subway stations where there were like huge malls, every kind of shops, eateries.
And also the people are so nice and helpful. I mean, there were so many times where we were not sure where is elevator because we had a baby with us and he was on stroller, so we couldn't use stairs most of the time. And there were like so many people who helped us, who even they left their queue and then they went to the elevator like to make sure that we got the elevator and we are okay. So I mean, the people were very nice. We bought the ticket at the ticket window in the aquarium. And the aquarium was very unique. So once we entered, we had to go on escalator. We went up like almost 4-5 floors. And then it starts like there is whole middle section where there are a lot of different size and types of fishes. It's like there is a whale size fish and then there are like starfishes, like all sizes, right? And then you start from the top and you go around it and you get down to like level 1 back
you
from
see
5.
the fishes from each and every end. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is a great experience. Since you were with Rita really enjoyed it. So
Yeah, he was around the glass full time. He was tapping on the glass and seeing. And so there were different sections also. This was one of the sections, and then there were others where there were seals and crabs and sea lions. Like there were all those different areas as well. And I think having him with us, like I think made the experience much more enjoyable. After Osaka Aquarium, we went to Osaka Castle. So Osaka Castle actually has a closing time of 5 p.m. and we reached around 4:30 on the metro station. So we knew that we cannot really reach by 5 p.m. to Osaka Castle, but the park and the area is still good. So
we couldn't enter the Osaka Castle, but we saw it from the outside and it was really worth it. If you see, like, if you are even late, just go there. I mean, you will not regret it.
Yeah, I mean, you just cannot see it from the inside, but the outside of the castle, like a typical Japanese structure, the park is very nice. There was a small lake also nearby, so it was nice. On the same metro station, there is Osaka History Museum also. That again also has a timing of around 4:30 or 5 p.m. Of like closing. So we couldn't go there, but if you reach on time, so you can do both at the same time.
We went to hotel early because we had a booking for Kyoto and Nara the next day. So we booked it through Klook.com. There is an app which provides guided tours. So we booked it through that. We booked a bus tour because we thought like we can see Kyoto and Nara on the day and we'll return back to Osaka. Otherwise, the public transport in Kyoto as well as in Nara is not that great from Osaka. So we thought like we had a kid as well, so a guided tour would be much more easier and comfortable.
Kyoto was actually very nice and we felt like we could have spent much more time there.
Yeah.
But because we were in the tour and had limited time, so we couldn't do much there. In Kyoto, we first went to Kinkakuji Temple, which is also known as Golden Temple, and it is one of the World UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site, and it is beautiful. We spent around 1 hour there, and yeah, it was nice to walk around. There was a beautiful park and a small lake also there. After that, we went to Bamboo Forest. There was a bridge also there, and then another temple. So we didn't get much time there because we had to do our lunch also in that place, and we found a good Indian restaurant there. So we spent like almost an hour like walking to the restaurant and eating and coming back. So we just got to spend time in the Bamboo Forest, and we did some like little shopping. So there are very nice shops on the street there. You can do like a lot of like you can buy souvenirs or gifts for your family or friends.
We were on a guided tour. If we would not have been in a guided tour, we would have spent like more time there because we really enjoyed the vibe of that little town.
So after that, we went to this very famous shrine, Fushimi Inari Taisha, and so it has like torii gates. Torii gates are like the red structures, gate style, you can see, and there are around 10,000 torii gates in that place, and that's why it's very famous. There also there were elevators, luckily for like if someone is like specially able, and obviously the people with kids who are having strollers. So it was very convenient for us. Obviously, we didn't go like up till like the top of the
because
hill.
Again we were on the clock and we had to return back to our bus like in 1 hour. So again, like it was a little bit rushed tour, I would say. I mean, if we could have done it again, we could do like maybe a day in Kyoto. So we would have stayed a day in Kyoto and then would have gone to Nara.
Yeah, we would have taken our sweet time roaming around in Kyoto because we like, I think from all the cities we visited, we liked Kyoto the most. After that, we went to Nara. So Nara is a separate city, again very famous, and the one thing which is very famous in Nara is the deer park. So if you must have heard that deers in Japan are also very polite and humble. So if you go there, you bow down to them and then they bow back, and that's what everyone was trying there, like in the.
So the trick is you have to feed them food if you want them to bow down to you.
So Sugam tried multiple times. The deers didn't go, so Sugam just walked with the deers. It was a relaxing time. I think the park was very nice. We just sat there and Rita was sleeping, so we gave him some time to relax. And after that, we had our coffee and some snacks, and then we started our trip back in the bus. So the bus actually went back to Kyoto to drop some passengers, and then back to Osaka. So the day was, even though it was rushed, it was still very nice. Like we got to see very beautiful places, and overall it was very peaceful and relaxing even after being a hectic day.
So next day we went to Fujikawa Bujiko. So it is on the foothills of Mount Fuji, and it is one of the villages where you can see Mount Fuji very clearly. So to reach there, we took a bullet train from...
Finally, so we finally took a bullet train.
Yeah, it was our most anticipated moment in Japan. In Japan, bullet train is called Shinkansen. So we took a ticket on the station itself because we didn't know that what are the timings of the train. We didn't know that what time we are going to reach the station. So we went there, we asked the ticket counter person that okay, which station is near to Fujikawa Bujiko. We bought the tickets, we boarded the train. It was like just in 10 minutes. So we rushed through the station, we went, and just in time we boarded the train. and it was a 4-hour journey.
So if you have traveled in like Vande Bharat or Shatabdi in India, inside it's that kind of experience, but it is definitely very fast. Like you realize once you're sitting on the window side and you see outside, and it covers long distance in a very short time, and it's very smooth. Like you won't feel that it's going so fast. Inside, like if you are even drinking something or you're just walking around, you won't feel any of like the turbulence. So yeah, it was amazing. We liked the time inside, and Ritab was playing around, like running around. So in the coach, and there were not many people. There were hardly in our coach like 5-6 people. So it was quite a nice. After we got down from the train, there we first looked for an Indian restaurant, vegetarian, and it was a very small town, so we were not hoping much, but we still got an Indian restaurant, and I would say the food there was the best of like whatever we had till then. So like we were very happy to find Indian restaurants like everywhere possible. Yeah. Then from the bus station, we got a bus till Kawaguchiko bus station. The bus station in Kawaguchiko, there was a shuttle from our hotel. And
so it was raining that day, and we were looking at Uber and everything, like how do we go to the hotel. It was like only 1 kilometer. We initially thought of walking, but we had baby and it was raining, so we thought like what should we do. But luckily we saw a shuttle which was there for our hotel, and like it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, because we didn't really look that a shuttle will be provided. Yeah. So after reaching the hotel, oh wow, that hotel was so awesome. It was a very Japanese style hotel, and the room also we booked as a Japanese style room, and they provided yukatas also. So yukatas are like the casual kimonos that you wear, and people around were like wearing yukatas and like roaming around in the hotel. So we did the same, and it was raining heavily that day, so we didn't really go out, but we enjoyed our experience in the hotel itself. There was a robot actually like doing room service and roaming around, so you can see it in our video.
And our window also had the Mount Fuji view, so we didn't think of like going out.
Yeah, we really had a good time in the hotel itself. And the next morning, the first thing we were like looked out of window and we saw the Mount Fuji, and it was amazing. I mean, so obviously there were clouds, like it's very hard. You can see only for very few days you can see Mount Fuji completely. So luckily we got one view from the flight, like top view of the Mount Fuji,
and
the bottom view from the hotel window. So we didn't really do much effort of like going near the mountain or taking any tour for that. And having like baby with us, like we didn't even think about it, and we don't regret it because we felt like we got a very good experience of seeing the Mount Fuji very near. And from the hotel itself, I think that was a great deal for us.
Then we took a bus to Tokyo, and then from there we took a subway to our hotel, and we reached our hotel at around 5 p.m. and then we just took some rest, and since it was our last day in Tokyo and Japan overall, we went out to shopping again. We went to Ginza. So Ginza is a place where you will find all the luxurious brands like Zara, Louis Vuitton and everything.
Uniqlo. We did most of our shopping actually from Uniqlo for like for ourselves and for the family members. So we did mostly our shopping from Uniqlo, and then Sugam was also interested in buying Apple Watch. So we again went to Akihabara and bought a watch from there. So yeah, I think last day was kind of reserved for only traveling and shopping for us.
Yeah.
And we went to this very nice restaurant for dinner, Diya Indian restaurant, and it was really good.
So the manager was Japanese. He was speaking so fluent Hindi that you'll be confused that if he is Indian or Japanese.
Yeah, I mean the overall experience was very nice. So that was our last day in Japan. Next day we took a flight from Tokyo back to India, and the first thing we did at the airport was obviously returning our internet device, which was so useful for the whole trip. Yeah, so it was amazing for the whole flight. So and also when we were coming back in the flight, the pilot suddenly said like look to your right and you can see Mount Everest. So yes, we saw Mount Everest also from the flight. Yes. I think that was one of the most unexpected things, but again amazing experience. So we really loved like the whole trip. I think we traveled around like for 9 days, in which one day you can reserve for only traveling. So 8 days we traveled around in Japan. We felt it was sufficient for us. Like
we explored everything. Our total cost was around 3.5 lakhs for the whole trip, including the flights, the accommodation, the travel inside, all the expenses.
The food and gifts also.
Also including gifts.
Yeah. So if you if you don't want to buy too much, then it can be easily less than 3 lakhs for 2 people. But Japan is actually famous for shopping. So we heard that a lot of people go there just for shopping.
Yeah, if you're a watch enthusiast, or if you're an anime lover, or if you want to buy any tech,
or electronics items, so it's a
you'll spend something on them in Japan.
Yes. So yeah, that was the whole itinerary.
So if you want to travel to Japan, this is the best time because the sale is going on. Also, the currency is a little bit devalued right now. It might go up, you never know. So go to Japan, don't think about anything else, just go do it.
So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, you can always comment and I'll definitely reply.